Hi guys, welcome to another video. It's Ndagire here. Thanks for coming. Well guys, this is something that I landed on. Watch this clip, come back and let's talk about it.
Good afternoon. I want to tell people about Nairobi Airport so that people can protect themselves. Yesterday, I arrived in transit on my way to Uganda. They saw I had multiple travel documents and a valid visa. The woman who checked me in wasn't convinced about the visa, and she said that it didn't correspond to one of the passports. Although I had all the correct documents, they refused me from boarding my flight. As I stood there watching my flight leaving, they began laughing and speaking in their language. I didn't know what they were saying. I told them it wasn't acceptable. They weren't allowed to do it, and that's when the abuse and harassment and corruption started, which went on for hours. They got police in, security, to intimidate me, to harass me. If I didn't stand my ground in the middle of Nairobi Airport and shout at the top of my voice to protect myself, I wouldn't be sitting here today. Who knows what they would have done to me in detention. Please, people, warn your friends and family about Nairobi Airport. You've got to protect yourselves. You are vulnerable there. Nobody wants to help you. The woman had information pretending she didn't understand a word I said. The people at the check-in counter wanted me to pay a penalty. Nobody is there to offer any customer service. Please, people, warn each other and your friends and family, and be careful about going through Nairobi.
As we've seen in the video, that is a white man who clearly had issues at the Jomo Kenyatta airport, and he was calling it Kenya Airport. But this is like, let me give a little back of my story before I even get into the video. So when I was going into Dubai, I was so naive. I didn't know anything about flights or planes or anything. I was just so excited, to get on a flight. And I remember like the person I talked to told me to give them money to pass at the airport. And I was like shocked, because if I have the requirements and everything needed for me to board, why would I give money for me to pass at the airport? Like, it just never made sense to me. But I wanted to travel, so I gave this person 400k. Like, guys, that is a lot of money for a Ugandan, because sometimes it's even a salary to some people or most people. So I got that money and I gave it to this person. And let me tell you, when I reached the airport, I saw a lot of people that were removed from the line because they did not pay that money. Like, you have the visa valid, you have the ticket valid, you have everything valid. And at that time, they were asking for the COVID test and everything. I did everything. Like, I literally had everything they wanted, but I still had to pay 400k to pass at the airport. And the people that really didn't, they were taken out from the line. Like, I could see people being taken away from the line because they had not paid that money in advance. Like, if you go to the counter, they ask you questions and whatever. And I remember even to myself, like, guys, it's so crazy. I remember to myself, I went to this line. There was a light-skinned lady at the international airport of Uganda, Entebbe Airport. And I saw actually a lot of people complain about that woman. She asked me everything and I told her everything. And then the last question she asked me was, so this person you're going to see or visit, on which day did they leave to go abroad? And mind you, this person had been abroad for some years. And also because they were not online at that time, like they were not really active, they were at work. So she told me, oh, if you get the answer, tell me, because if you don't tell me the answer by the time I'm around, you're going to miss your flight. Like, that's what she said to me. But I had everything. I had answered everything. But because I didn't know that day that this person I am going to visit went, she stopped me, and like she literally stopped to work on me, and she called another person behind me. I started freaking out. I was like, and then I asked her, but it's just a day. And she was like, no, it's not just a day. And I was like, but I don't remember the day, And she said, no, if you don't remember the day, please wait for them. If they come online, if you can access them and talk to them on your phone, when they tell you the day, you come back in line. Please, can I work on another person? I was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I have paid almost 4 million to leave Uganda, and you're going to stop me to go over a day of somebody that the day they left. Like, who does that? Guys, I froze. Like, I literally froze on Entebbe airport. The weirdest thing that literally, guys, those are birds. The weirdest thing that actually happened on that day is when I told the person that had helped me like book everything, the visa and everything, they just told me, no, if that one is stressing you, go to number this. And when I went to number that they had told me, and because I had already paid the 400K to pass the airport, when I went to that counter, literally, they just stepped in my passport. They didn't even ask me anything. And I boarded. So that shows you the system of how corruption is in the airports of Africa. It was more disturbing that a lot of people missed flight that day just because they did not pay money to pass at the airport. Like, you pay the ticket, you have your visa, but because you did not pay the money to bribe the people in the counters at the airport that are given a salary at the end of the month, because you are not able to give them money, they refused to stamp in two people's passports for them to board, and they missed their flights. That's how horrible, that's how bad-hearted, that's how crazy it is passing at the borders in Africa. This is also a warning to like Black American people. This is a white man. Obviously, when they see his color, they see money. I don't know if he's white or Arab. He looks both. I don't know. But when they see white skin, they obviously see money. Like, that's something that if you're white, that's something you need to deal with wherever you go. Your ancestors created that for you. You have to deal with that. I can't, say more about that. But to my brothers and sisters from like America, the Caribbean, this is a warning to you. Do not let these people fool you into giving them money unnecessarily. Stand on your ground and things are going to be worked on. Just be mindful, like, don't come with flashy things, because when they see you with flashy things, they are going to, of course, make trouble to you. And also when they hear the accent, they are still going to disturb you and want to take something from you, which is like, it's crazy to me, because someone is coming in the country and they are still going to spend money in the country, but it's like people are not satisfied with their jobs and their money that they receive at the job, so they have to just show their corruption fully, openly, and it's sad. Like, it's just so crazy how we are constantly talking about how we as African people need to open up borders. Like, Julius Malema is so strong on that matter, opening up borders. But then the borders that need to be opened up are full of corrupt people. And it's more crazy and annoying to me that these people are given a salary at the end of the month, but they still make it hard for people to come in the country or leave the country. And for a person coming in the country, this is a person coming in to bring in money into your country for you to get paid, and you're still making it hard for them. Like, African people, like, a lot of you know my friend Esther. She traveled to a lot of African countries through bus, but it was the most hectic situation she had ever been in, and she cries on how they were the worst experiences of her life that she had ever encountered. And she's African. We as African people, we are more maltreated by our own African people than the other groups of people. And it's not something to even blame white people with at this point, because it's 2024. Like, I'm so tired of blaming these other groups of people when we are the ones that are doing these things deliberately to hurt our own people. I've seen videos where people coming from abroad have to be stolen. Like, someone wants you to pay them money just for them clearing your stuff, and it's their job. They applied to get that job, and I don't even know if they even applied, because like in this African continent, people get jobs because they are connected or they are relatives with the people in power. So people don't even care what you say or do, as long as they're not going to get fired. So that is also a problem. So I just really feel bad that these are the things that we have to face as a people. But what can I say or do about it? Really, just talk about it at this point, really. So I just really want to send love to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, in case you come and you face this kind of ignorant, greedy, bad-hearted people. It's not going to be, the same treatment from other African people. It's sad that this is the African continent that we want freedom to come to, but it's the same African people that are keeping the prison onto us as a people. And It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Have you had troubles traveling through the continent? And what are your challenges? Let's talk about these things. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.